Well, good evening to Quiet Voices. We're going to start off with an epiphany that might not sit straight up with the masses, but the ones that want to hear certain truths. We're going to speak of the mother today. We're going to pay our respects back to our mother as the way it has always should have been. And their generation is different than their gene ration. And our generation is an image of the essence and matter, becoming copy of being insensible impressions of likeness. Our likeness is the mother. Our image is the Father. Our likeness is of the Holy Spirit. Our likeness is our spirit. Our image is our soul. We have two souls. And those two souls can't reunite with the wife to be if the father don't allow it. You'll never meet the mother. And so if you can empty your educated, filled mind of intellect and put away your reactions for a moment and pay attention, please, because we're in a divine time, and it's time to know that our divine mother, our light, our wisdom, IOL, our mother, while meaningful, she waits. Reverence to my mother. To understand truly our meaning of life is to be blessed within. It is also to be one having foundations built of self knowledge and to be able to grasp hands with that. In truth, with the one true source in all, for the gift of life is knowing that joy which allows an uncorruptible feeling that our Mother Creator presence is everywhere and within. And even while being alone in our darkness, each of us being able to see the beauty of ourselves and others glowing in the light. For the joy in this life has happened because we have in us the light in our deepest depths of being alive. And being alive is knowing that your heart is always being filled with an unmeasurable love, and a love that dwells within a love which is beyond human measure and is higher than any human comprehension. Though unseen is clearly seen only from eyes seeing. Love is defined by love, truth is defined by truth. You are chosen, loved, and unique. Our likeness is of the spirit of knowing our Holy Mother, WHOLLY, Mother's wisdom and her nurturing nature, wherein lays truth. And this is your epiphany of your divine Father is a neutral animation. Your divine Mother is the positive inanimation, and the Son of Man is the negative of the divine twin. Therein and wherein, for the truth and the child's sake, and for the salvation towards returning to that goodness, like that of children, unblemished by the lying torturous, yea, not yet being deprecated by filthy hands, yea, not having their virginity taken by dirty, dry, and dark words. Woe unto the children! Let not one of you defile a little creation. Do you not know that that is you? Woe unto the enemies of self, and woe to you also who are learners of this. Take heed. Take heed, you plotters and you placers, you enemies of self love, you enemies of right and haters of love. For others, hearken, a simple man's hand is used by unknown will always come together. Where by contrast are the hands of the fondler, which by all definition is a separator, therein and wherein, for the mind and the child's life, and for the redaction of opposed likeness, due to the placer's like-mindedness, who ploy against the innocent. For the child mind, inside all beings, beats in recognition and not by worldly understandings. And the enemies of the truth have vowed in councils and tabled their intentions against mother's Adam's seed. And for the imitators are of a rotten vine and a most undesirable tree, which bears fruit that eagles, lions, bulls, and horses eat, and then unlawfully spread each out to their excrements to their own amongst its chicks, cubs, calves, and colts, who easily eat as the elder does, the youth does more. Do you not know what the youngest of them do? Our seed bearer will collect bare seeds and strip trees after the start of the end. And before raising the flattener and trodden of the empty ovum, and the dead semen shall lay down. Prior to our father saving mother, do you not know what the elders have done? For not only of the apple, but of the sacred fig tree, how its leaves are used against our earthly parents, spread out over them instead of shade, they cast onto them shame. Carefully see these colors I paint on my canvas. For here the clear apple is able to show forth, and behold, the fig's blossoms on its green branches, for their walking cane has been made. Their wand waving also have been exposed. It is more than high time. Do you not know of the opposite right is broken and can no longer set motion pictures? Look, see how real it isn't, for the motion no longer is able to rest currently. If one knows who the church rejected, he then will find me. For the first cornerstone their builders burned, follow the lead star up Straight Street. For she trusted his earthly God, and so plunged therein. For a rightly good child he was, although he was left by his altar, for he also doing so did not only understand the error he committed, but under the light of the true recognition knew what those trusted now had. Oh, how he wept! For 30 times he did, also 3 times even unto the 10th, and being 13 times in one sacred year of 7 times 10, in an average of 70. Verily, my child and my children, siblings, we have entered into the kingdom of heaven. Be so it is. Rest thine heavenly kingdom on mother's knowledge. And ask, is not woman the son of man? Is not the child of the child mother's child? O ye child, you will grieve much when you witness the kingdom in all its generations. This peace I give you, for the child of the child receives openly, foretelling what feelings will arise as we begin to realize the wickedness and sickness plaguing the brain and the body, and how all greatly saddened by such sorrows, by seeing the suffering heart, watching, seeing these vile strangers committing all wrongdoings in all manners, therein by destroying our creation. Your father, his likeness, his I'm mother, his creation, thus causing, O child, you kingdom to fall. But as the 13th star he shall rise, while the 12 onto the 72, onto the 50, 40 stars, onto Abraham and his, do not hold a place in the new current, nor can dwell under its light, that the others can. Irenaeus ink is black on black, likewise, O likened the like, whom enters out of the tail of the short sting, appearing out of her before presents himself, to whom who comes after bring forth presentation, that which hands over the coming down fails too. In hand now ye hold the thread of line aimed to your likeness. Pass over under this, thus be his by his own strength. After fleeing there the cold of the belly, heat falls down, causing eternal separation. Divide unknown eternally. This is to be never more. What battles fought to keep apart are come together. By my fight for the truth, sought and hold strong against lies I've been taught. Rather learn of in generations and of infusing of what is there, and that which has always and always been there. For the inerrant to behold is to be known, as so it wills, and let it become. Elohim, our mother, was created by the great schism that created our disharmony and split our wisdom, causing bifurcation, also known as schizophrenic. By their wisdom by the woman is what we are led to believe as a negative. How can something in the essence of beauty be negative? For the mother is the curves of the world and the light of the earth. And they have made straight their lines, and they have made bland our dwelling place. Do you dwell in the bland? Or do you dwell in harmony? And I'm not talking harmony outside of you. I'm talking harmony inside of you. For if you let their idea of your mother to be a negative nature, then how would you ever be able to believe or listen or hear when she cries for you? For she is protected in heaven. You must go through the kingdom first to be able to have the Holy Spirit, your mother. Be aware that you're safe to approach, for the father will protect the mother as the mother will protect the father in each of their aspects and their attributes. As mother being the O and the father being the I and the son being the M, we understand how this works. As the O is, how shall we say, a ovum of an inanimate object that just waits for the penetration of the one or the I or the semen, which is the animated object. The inanimated object is the neutrinos of this world we live in, and the animated object is the plasm that comes through to this world. Therefore, in your water, you maintain mother's wisdom, and in your blood, you contain your father's information. And with her knowledge and his information, you are able to find compassion. And without her wisdom and without her knowledge, you'll never understand it. You'll never find faith. You'll never understand faith. You'll keep believing that your mother was wicked. From the very beginning, they told us this. How twisted a tongue can tell a tale twice, but not 3 times. For the 4th event is upon us, and mother's love for us is truth. And father's truth for us is love. Therefore, Christ is our compassion. And this is in all human beings across this planet, evil or kind, ugly or pretty, small or big. Every human being on this planet has these attributes and aspects within. It's your job to give praise and gratitude to why you exist. And if you have trouble understanding why you exist, then you have to get rid of some things that take up the space for you to be able to understand why you exist. It is simple. You have to come to your own understanding that you react to actions without thinking about the action or reaction because you're reacting from the same place you're reacting and acting from. And therefore, your system, if you will, needs to be rebooted. So therefore, the only way you can do this is by emptying your brain in your head, thinking that it holds all the knowledge. The knowledge that the brain holds is only the intellectual knowledge that you've been taught. Now, when you get rid of this taught intellectual knowledge that you have, you understand you know nothing. And everything you've been told is a lie. Therefore, if that is true, then your mind is not in your brain. Because your mind is what's going to help you remember what the brain's for and where heaven's kingdom is and how to have heaven's kingdom on earth. But these mysteries are meant for you to find out, and are meant for you to be safe, and they're meant for you to be intelligent, using your intelligence and using your common sense and giving your sensible actions. Because when we decide not to find something that is possible to change the direction of the course you're on, then the course you're on will never change direction. And so you'll hear names that people throw at you, calling our mother, our divine creator mother, all these names. Just like the Father is ineffable and incomprehensible, unmeasurable in all ways, likewise is a brain filled with unmeasurable ignorance, in factual dominance, and incorrect understandings. So, with that being said, clear your mind and clear your brain, empty your heart, warm it up, and learn from the beginning. Learn without all your knowledge, learn without all your abuse, learn without all your education, learn with all your abuses that you've inflicted. Don't think about those things right now. What I need you to think about is the grace you possess to be able to have mercy, knowing it's the right thing to do. And that comes from knowledge of a nurturing, intelligent woman of a matter in this material world. Now, we hear these stories about the step out of the woman, step out of this. What they're asking you to do, or what I'm asking you to do, is to see that you're taught to believe that. And the meaning of it means to step out of the way man has raped our mother's intelligence. The abuse our mother has received is no less the abuse than our father has suffered, and no less abuse than our brothers and sisters have suffered. Therefore, we suffer. So shall they suffer, so shall we suffer. So shall we be joyful, so shall they be joyful. It's simple. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start erasing doubt. You have to start erasing things that were impressed and dented into you before you could even count to 10, before you could spell cat, before you stop pooping your pants or walking down the street. These things, as innocent, perfect little babies, we were dropped into this place with an unfair advantage, considering we're a baby versus men that hate babies, men that hate women, and men that hate a man. So it's simple to look at. Woman, man, human. We're not those persons. We are people. And the reason why we're people is because you can see through my peephole. And once you look up the word and understand what peephole means, you'll see my name before it. It might be before red. It might be before the goat. And it might be the one that you believed was full of wrongdoing. However, the silver pieces were paid in tens, the silver pieces were paid in 20s, and the silver pieces were paid in 30s. But this go around, the purchase is with mother's knowledge and father's love and Christ's passion. And since we had laid it out before and told you there's only one way truth, only one way to the truth, there's only one way to the light, there's only one way to the direction of righteousness. And Mother wants you to know to walk in the opposite direction of truth and to walk into the opposite direction of love. How will you ever find faith to do an about face so you can present yourself to your mother and father and your adopted brother or sister? Doesn't matter. They invented all the words. We are all one of one. I am that I am, because I am what you are, and you are what I am, and we all are what we are. But we cannot continue to be what we're made to be by creators and placers and probators, imitators. The time is closing in. Tomorrow is the balance. I was going to give you guys this message tomorrow, but I'm giving it to you today, so you can attain some balance tomorrow. I hope you can appreciate what I'm trying to tell you in a short manner. For the respects and the love, and the graciousness and the gratitude and the praise and the heartfelt, warm feelings I have for my Creator has the same warm felt feelings for myself. And by myself, I tell you from the self that the self needs to be loved. We need to love ourselves with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our soul, and with all our strength. And the one that continues to do us wrong, which is us doing wrong, wants to be loved also, which is your neighbor, your adversary, your brother, your sister, inside, which also needs to be loved with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, and all your mind. And when you come to a place at the end of this, you'll at least start understanding what knowledge is and what compassion is and what reverence and gratitude and praise are. Because without those things, you won't be able to save yourself. And the way to save yourself is to realize the one that rules you is the one that fools you into doing the things you don't want to do, even though you know you shouldn't do them, but yet you still do them. He wants you, the weak one, to stand up and find your feet again. They talk about walking into a mirror. They talk about the mirror. They talk about the mirror. Well, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and you can't be honest with yourself about you, then how do you expect to be honest to anybody else? Or how can you tell the truth without lying to anybody else? Because lying to yourself is no different than lying to me or lying to someone close to you. Lying to yourself only holds the truth back from being revealed to the self that needs to hear the truth about yourself. You don't have to take my word for any of this. You can take your own word. And this is what a lot of you might be afraid to do. You might be afraid to take your own word because it's your word and not my word. From the beginning, the word was with me. The word is me, and I am with the word. And when you come to your own salvation and sanctify yourself and redeem yourself and repent for your sins and forgive yourself and forget about what you've done and let it go and send it back into the universe, let Mother and Father and Christ take care of it, you'll start to heal yourself. But you need to realize your soul has to save your soul. And with that being said, then you can start understanding you might have two souls inside of you, where they've only told you have one. So the soul that lets you do everything is your weak one. The soul that does everything is your ruler, who operates your show, who's the director of your chorus line. How many songs do you think you can sing wrong before the song that you sung rings true that you're a liar? And the thing is, with people that tell the truth versus people that tell lies, it's as clear as night and day. But if you can't tell yourself the truth, then how can you expect to hear the truth? And which is resemblance to faith, truth, and love. Without faith, how will you receive truth? And if you can't receive truth, then how can you give out truth? So therefore, you must receive your faith, having it for yourself as your own recognition, as your own realization of it to be true for yourself, not self-taught, not self-learned, not taught by somebody else, not learned by somebody else, not listening to somebody else's opinion, going inside, searching yourself out, rescuing your soul, combining them together so they're presentable to your spirit, because the spirit will not join the party with two lost souls. Would you? No. Unless you're a lost soul too, of course, then you'll join. And this is why Christ asks us through Jesus, look at the strangers you allow in your temple. And once the strangers set up camp, they attract more strangers. And those strangers eventually create diseases, or we'll call them sicknesses, and wickedness inside the human body. And because the human body has many rooms, there's plenty of places for it to dwell. These strangers, these vagabonds, these placers of things. You need to know that those trapped souls are also the souls that once you combine, they need to be let go of too. And you can word these, take these words and create your own story with it. But those trapped souls within you create stress, which creates disease, which creates death, which creates more stress. And the object and the purpose of why we're here and what we're experiencing is to understand that we all die. Just like we all were born, we all will die. And do you want to wait till you die to figure out that you could have lived? Or would you rather die sooner so you're able to live? And by doing so, we can all come together in a frame of mind that's based on simplicity, that's based on nurturing, that's based on feminine and masculine tendencies to be one. The male and the female, the man and the woman, the girl and the boy, the she and the he. It's all words, people. It's all words. Back them out. Get rid of the words. You have to understand. They tell us God be with you, but I say rather it should be God be good, be with all. And the funny thing is, people, they talk about the Holy Bible. Holy means full of holes. It doesn't mean put together, like Wholly means. Their Bible is a sacrifice book. Holy Bible means feast and sacrifice. Our father and mother didn't create us to sacrifice anything. They created us for us to enjoy this place and for us to have joy so we can send joy back into the universe so the universe can send back joy to us. So it's a constant flow of joy. Therefore, heaven and earth in the kingdom of God or the Father or whatever you want to call it, I don't care, is all together in unison. And that's you and your body. If your body's there and my body's there, there can be no differences. It doesn't matter what your eyes see. It doesn't matter what you've been taught about other people. It doesn't matter the indifferences. These words, ladies and gentlemen, when this is all done and said, you'll all know the words. In this and that, impossible. All it's everything. They implant, they embark, they indent things into us at a ripe age of 5 years old. And they don't quit until you're not able to realize that you're lost to a system that's going to keep you in a repetitive behavior because we don't know truth. And again, I'm only asking you to hear what I'm saying and rewind it, pause it, whatever you got to do. But I've spoke it and I've said it. You need to learn the respects that are due for the creation that you are. Otherwise, what's the purpose of you? Because if you're not here to help and hold and harness things and keep them close to you and protect them, no matter if they're immediate blood or not, we're all blood of blood and water of water and air of air and earth of earth and essence of essence and presence of presence. We're gifts, people, and we all have gifts. It's time to find our gifts, and gift giving is the best thing we can do to each other. Therefore, if I have love and truth and faith within me, I should be able to receive from you whatever you decide to give me, no matter what it is, small or big, with no acceptance of anything other than thank you, going both ways, the giver or the receiver. And this is called unconditional. There is no conditions that we need to have love, truth and faith having conditions tied to it. It's like tying a brick around your leg and a fucking lead weight around the other leg and jumping off a boat, or taking a long walk off a short pier, or running around in circles in a square. It's time to pull our heads out of our asses, everybody. It's that simple. I'm not going to be like biblical and talk to you all holy and shit. I'm sent here for this generation that is the like-minded generation of myself, that, we have our own sign language in our generation, but however, it's not offensive. Offenses only take place when people are offended because they don't understand that it's not offensive. But if we just stop offending each other, and if we just stop defending each other, and we start sticking up for ourselves, and we start laying boundaries down and draw lines in the sand, those lines will never disappear. And it doesn't matter who's ruling us now in the world aspect. You have to be your own ruler, your own producer, your own director, your own caretaker, your own lover, your own enemy, and your own friend, and your own brother and your own sister before you're ever going to get this. And again, I'm going to speak till I'm blue in the face in the future, but I'm coming forward tonight for everybody that thinks that there's time involved with this. Time does not exist. Take all the time you need to find yourself. Take all the time that you desire that's going to cure your indulgence. Find new addictions here's the thing. You have to ask yourself, why is it so easy for us as human beings to always choose something that we know is going to be detrimental to our life, to our health, to our family, to the society, to it all, and we choose that without even blinking an eye? But when offers are made to not do those things or to change those things of what we're doing, we refuse to do it. You have to ask yourself that question. You have to ask yourself, why do I do the things I know I shouldn't do, but yet I continue to do? Now, you have to ask yourself, are you retarded? Are you stupid? Are you ignorant? Are you dumb? Or are you evil? And when it all comes down to it, when we get to the punchline of this whole joke that we've been under, is you have a question to ask yourself. You're either stupid, or you're either evil, or you're either evil and stupid. But here's the trick. Stupid people can admit they're stupid because they realize what they've been taught has made them stupid. And it's okay that you say this. It's okay that I realize I've been stupid to things. I had to say it to myself more times than once. Yes, I was stupid to this. Yes, I was stupid to that. Why was I so stupid? I did such stupid shit. It's just dumb. And again, it's dumb because I didn't know the truth about the things. But again, once you become dumb to things, at least you can learn something. At least you're capable of relearning something and teaching yourself, your truth that you found to be true. Not somebody else's truth, because somebody else's truth is not meant for you. Your truth is your truth. Your love is your love. Your faith is your faith. If you think a congregation can have faith together and then they come into love based on the truth that they've been fed, then why is this world so twisted? Why is this world so backwards? Why? I've taken all the questions, okay? You don't need to take the questions from me, from anybody else. You can have your own answers from yourself in your quiet place. Find your quiet place. Find some time. And if you tell me you don't have time for this, you don't have time for that, well, let's go have a beer or watch a football game. Bet you got time for that, right? Let's go buy some makeup or get a hair done. I bet we got time for that. Let's go buy a new car. I bet we got time for that. But you got no time for yourself. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. So I'm cutting short right there. My love for humanity is not a religion for anybody to follow. The love that dwells within us all only wants to be loved. The truth that dwells in us all despises being purposely deceived. And because we act on passions and not have compassion or impassion, we're all feverishly unstable emotionally. So in your hearts that love is tough, but love is kind. Love is weak, but love is strong. And love is blind, but you can hear love. Don't you want to love love? Well, find yourself so you can experience it before the time's up. Because again, how much time do you think you have? That's a question for you. I love each and every one of you like I love myself. And you'll see that I'm going to pour out every ounce of love I have, and I will take all your pains. Start sending them to me tonight. Start sending them to me immediately. Say, here you go. That's all you got to say. But let it go knowing you got to put something to fill it. You can't just quit doing this and not have something to put in the space that you just quit, because otherwise you will not be fulfilled. You have to lack to be fulfilled, and you can't be fulfilled always. Therefore, you will never lack. You must always be searching. You must always be asking. You must always be knocking. You must always be curious, like a child. Live in the imaginary place for a little bit and come out of it and see that you've been living in a dream, or rather a nightmare. Deuces.